Alex, the Bahrain Grand Prix, one of your strongest weekends in Formula One. You must be buzzing.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. Honestly, after it started already from Turkey, where it felt like things were on the up, things felt good, and then we had a little bit of an off in FP2, and it was a little bit tricky to be honest. It was a crash, but it was one of them annoying ones, not ones where you lose confidence, but ones where you think, oh, just a silly mistake. But we came back pretty strong, and it was nice to get the podium. Obviously, Checo was on for a good one, but we were there. We were there for that to happen.
That was one really impressive thing, I thought, that when you had that crash, you didn't let it faze you, and either side of that, you were quick.
Yeah, exactly. We had a good FP1 and FP2. Yeah. The weird thing is I've had these before. I've had these little offs before, so in a weird way, it affects you less and less. And going into Saturday, it was more like, okay, what do we need to do with the car? What do we need to do with the driving after the crash, rather than, oh no, the crash kind of thing. And so yeah, it felt pretty easy to put it behind me.
Did this podium feel different? Because obviously the first one in Mugello, a bit of fortune. I know there was fortune second time around, but you were quick all weekend. So was it a confidence thing?
Yeah, actually, Mugello most probably felt a bit better in the fact that it was my first podium. But Bahrain still meant a lot. Getting good points for the team, a double podium. I think their first double podium for a while now. And yeah, obviously under the circumstances and everything, it felt like a good way on my side mentally to show myself, and I was happy, yeah, truthfully for myself as well.
There's been a lot of, should we call it, noise, criticism, which could get on top of you, but it doesn't seem like that's happened. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, I mean, of course I see it a lot. It is everywhere. There's no secret about that. But it's really just about understanding what's beneficial for me in terms of is any of it helpful for my performance, and it's very easy to answer that, and that's obviously a big no. So it's been different because this year I've never really faced any criticism before in my racing career, and then of course you go through kind of like this, what is all this, what is going on, and it's kind of that thing of, okay, let's get on top of this, let's manage what I can control, and that's been pretty good for me in that sense, where it's just felt like I've been able to sideline all of that stuff and focus on the racing, because it really, I mean, results are what matter. It is a results game, and I know if I can perform well, that's a great way to shut up everyone else.
How do you think you've done it though? Because you're racing for a Red Bull, it's a race-winning team, and you've still managed to do it. Still, you're only your first full season in Red Bull as well.
Yeah, a lot through support actually. Through my trainer, my family, but the team. It's always been from the very beginning, stepping into the team at Spa. I felt this overwhelming feeling of support through the mechanics, the engineers, Christian and Dr. Marco, and that's never gone away. It's always been there, and that makes a big difference, to be honest, because you can go into the paddock, go into the factory every day, and know that the team are behind you. We're coming up with all different ways to get the feeling in the car that I want to get, and just to work on the areas that I know I need to work on.
And talking about support, your mate George, you've had around this year, and you're hopefully going to be racing against him this weekend.
Yeah, it's really, I'm really, really happy for him. It feels like I know he's got the talent, and it's just putting him in the car which he can showcase that. Obviously, it will be nice and weird at this time now to race against him, but I'm sure he's going to do really good. I know it.
I thought you were going to say it'd be nice to beat him.
It would be nice to beat him as well, of course. That would also be nice, which has been a bit easier these last 2 years, but I'm not sure it'll be as easy this year,
or
this race.
I love hearing that.
I know.
Must be nice also just to hang out with him as well this year, 'cause weird, strange COVID times.
Yeah, well, it's been different because we haven't obviously seen each other face to face that much, but being in our own bubbles and everything, of course we're still at the weekends together and we get to see each other a bit. Yeah, it's always great to have someone like George, who, of course, you're racing against each other, but you're very good friends.
And it's amazing to think, like you said, last couple of races, that we're almost at the end of the year. When you look back at it, how do you reflect?
Obviously, I would have wanted to go better. I think there are areas where I can definitely see areas where I could have done something differently or improved in other places. It hasn't been the smoothest year for me, but at the same time I feel like as a person I've developed a lot. I feel like I've become a lot stronger as a person. It feels like things are going on the up, and I just want that momentum to continue. It does feel like it is starting.
And to be fair, the Red Bull looks like it's quite a difficult car to drive. Like Max has had spins, you've had spins. It looks tricky.
It's tricky. It's on a knife edge. But I think most cars that are quick are. I mean, the Merc doesn't look unbelievably stable. You do see the guys resting it a bit. And honestly, yeah, it's just getting that, that feeling where you're really in control of the car. You know exactly what it's going to do. That's the kind of extra little bit that you need to really be on top of the car. And that's a never working progress, really. And yeah, I mean, it's not easy, but it's getting a lot better. And I feel like, at the end of the season, we've really started to make strides with the car. Hopefully, and we've still got all of winter, and the regulations don't really change too much next year. So a lot of work, I'm sure, over that winter period, and we'll be fighting for next year.
Do you think it's getting on top of those little details and the car development combined that's really helped turn things around probably in the last few races?
Yeah, definitely. Getting that confidence to drive the car on the limit, but also, just understanding actually what you need to get the lap time. Because sometimes that in itself is not that clear. You can feel like it's not right here and here, but actually maybe other things that you need to work on. So yeah, it has been getting better, and I think only the more races we do under the car, the more we understand it, and it's come to a point now where I feel like we know the areas where the car is difficult and where it's obviously strong, and it's just kind of managing that and focusing on our resources and development on them areas.
With the cars, like you said, kind of being similar next year, does that kind of give you confidence you don't have to effectively start again?
Yeah, I mean, it goes two ways, because obviously a whole new car is a whole new slate, but the way that we've been progressing, if we weren't progressing, I would be like, oh, well, maybe a new slate would be a good thing, but how it's been going recently, yeah, I definitely think just a continuation of where we are. Obviously, the midfield, everyone seems to be getting closer and closer, which is a challenge, but I'm sure we can do a good job over winter.
Just one question about Max. He's obviously been around a lot longer than you. He's won races. You're still so early in your career but have shown speed. How do you feel about the comparisons? Because they happen.
They happen.
How do you deal with them?
It's inevitable. I mean, it's two cars in a team, so you are only being compared to your teammate. I see Max as an unbelievable, talented driver. I think he is extremely quick, which has its pros and cons. Obviously, the pros being that I'm going up against someone who, on a personal development and looking at where he gets the lap time, there's no one better. And on the other side, of course, he's just very quick, so the statistics don't look great. But I see it as a challenge. I see it as an area where I can improve as a driver. So, and we'll see where that goes. Obviously, my dream is to be with Red Bull for a long time, and I just need the results. It's as simple as that, really. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm here. I'm ready, and we'll see how it goes.
Awesome. Good luck this weekend, Alex. Thank you.